Hello all and welcome back to One Stop Flop Podcast, your one-stop shop for non-stop top. This is your favorite host, of course, coming live at you. I am Cocaine Karen.
And I am your co-host, Mr. Clitoris.
Wow. Kind of like a Cleopatra, huh?
Yeah.
You're real, you dress like a king.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm a king.
Anyway.
Yeah, I like that intro. That was very enthusiastic. You had a lot of energy. You hyped me up.
Oh, I know. You looked very hyped.
Yeah,
You're jumping for joy. You need to relax.
I have like a twitch in my eye.
No, I think that's just the cocaine I brought in.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, let's start off this one. I think this one, I think I'll start off with something I found kind of interesting.
A little
update
yeah.
on the NVIDIA cards. Some crazy stuff has happened with these cards, man.
Yeah, I've actually seen some stuff with it.
Yeah, have you seen news on it?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Like people were getting it, and it's like they're shorting, basically.
Yeah.
Like something about the capacitors are shorting, and the whole card is just like, if you try to overclock it, thing just goes haywire.
Yeah.
Imagine dropping like, what is $700?
Yeah, $800.
Yeah, and then getting it the day of launch, and then being like, well, fuck, this thing doesn't even work. Like, that must suck.
Well, I mean, it's your own fault if you're trying to overclock it the moment you get. Why not just you
break it in a little?
Yeah,
I mean, even if
see.
the whole resistor thing, like, even if you had it for like 5 years, never overclocked it, it still would have, eventually.
Yeah.
And apparently they just came out with a hotfix for it. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense.
Let me send you this update for you.
Yeah, here, download this RAM.
Here's some dedicated RAM.
Yeah, it's definitely a dedicated RAM situation. Which
this seems like a little band-aid on like a fucking.
Oh, it's a major
gash.
problem. It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
It's people actually talked about it being the reason the Radeon RX 6000 series might actually outdo NVIDIA. I mean, I don't think it will, but
this is one of those cases where you have to put out the fire very quick, or you're gonna lose the hype that you've cultivated.
Yeah, like peeing on it or something like that. I fucks with that.
That sucks because they were on top. Like everyone was like hyping them up. Like, oh my god, NVIDIA's back. They have like the new innovation.
Vengeance, really.
And now it's like, oh shit, my fucking graphics card is bunk now.
But yeah, I guess I'll keep my eye on that little bit of information if more comes out.
But even with that, I've seen some people that review these types of graphics cards and whatnot, like these tech channels. Some of them say that it doesn't live up to the hype, even if it's just on it by itself.
Well, if you're coming from a 2080 Ti, it's almost kind of the same thing. Of course, the gap is always going to be there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same whole thing. Like, when you know how Apple comes out with their whole like, oh, this is our next big phone, and we've done all these amazing things to it, and really, it's like they've updated the camera by like 10 megapixels, and that's about it. Yeah, that's essentially what NVIDIA does every year with their cards. They make it 10% faster, and they say, oh, it's now 80% faster, and it's like, that's not the case. But at least NVIDIA, they're not as scummy as Apple when it comes to stuff like that. They'll openly admit it's like, I mean, we probably fudged a little, but whereas Apple, it's like, no, it's 80% faster.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well,
I just think it's good that you take something that's as powerful as a 2080 Ti and then make it 700, 800 bucks.
Yeah, that alone makes it worth buying.
So it's like more price rather than what more can this thing do.
Yeah, it's like, and the thing is like, the thing that you need to look at is the next step up is the 3090. That's clearly where your RTX 2080 Ti money, that's where it's like, you notice that card, it's like, oh wow, I really wasted my money here. Like buying this 2080 Ti. And because it's like, I saw it running 8K, and I was actually surprised. There were games where it actually ran 8K 60 frames steady, which blew my mind, honestly.
Where's your stance on the whole 8K thing with the human eye perception, what we can perceive?
I think in terms of watching, it's kind of pointless. But in terms of gaming, when it's like the whole thing of you want more frames and a higher refresh rate for competitive gaming specifically.
Yeah.
Having more pixels also contributes to that. So 8K gaming in terms of competitively in the future could be a huge thing, and it could be a huge competitive like leap forward.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, more frames, more pixels, more reaction time, less ping, all that.
Yeah.
And that contributes. In terms of watching, it's not that useful.
It would be crazy because I think the next step is seeing higher frame rates for 4K, right? Because right now the higher frame rates they stay around like the 1440 area.
Actually, with the new release of the 3080 now, we're not talking about the 3090.
Yeah.
4K.
Yeah.
Most games reach over 100 frames.
Wow.
So it's like this whole series has propelled us far beyond, you know, 4K. We're already in 8K, and that's already 60
so
frames.
Now the monitors have to kind of step up and be able to...
the monitors definitely need to keep in pace, because it's like I'm sure, you know, those manufacturers, they never expected gaming to take as big as a leap as it did.
They're inch. It's funny. I feel like the hardware like kind of drives fast and makes these big leaps.
Yeah.
But then like the monitor just kind of just like inch by inch, it's like, oh shit, we keep trying to keep up, but
most of the peripherals do tend to do that.
It's funny.
I mean, unfortunately, that's just how it is. You know, it's NVIDIA's job to keep pushing the bill, and they do such a great job that it leaves everybody else in the dust.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just done. And there's no real, like, monitor gaming brand that will push monitors as forwardly, as fastly as NVIDIA does with their GPUs.
Yeah, I agree. Interesting time.
Yeah.
It's cool to see in our lifetime. We're going to be seeing some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Flying cars, flying dogs.
Did you see the flying car?
Flying grandmothers.
That flying car was...
Flying birds.
I think it was funny. Do you think we're going to...
There's a flying car?
Yeah. I think Japan had like a flying... They had the model... A prototype of a flying car.
Okay, what brand is
it? It's not like a brand, it's more just like technology. So they have a guy in a little pod with like the fans just like, you know, going. Yeah. And he can stay in it's like a think of like an oversized
so a hover car.
Yeah, but think of like a oversized what are those little things that people use to... I'm drawing a blank. To record stuff.
To record stuff.
Yeah, those little flying...
Oh, drones.
Just think of an oversized drone.
Okay, that's... I imagine something like Dr. Eggman would drive.
It does look like something out of Sonic.
He's just like cruising around in his fucking hover car.
I think it's like seeing the first plane.
The first plane.
You can see it, how it kind of works, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
We're slowly getting there.
Do you think when he was in that like hover car thing, he just like showed his dick or what?
I think it was full out. I don't think he had pants on.
Okay. Anyway,
I think he is like the first man to jerk off in a hovercraft.
Well, people at home can't see it, but I'm saluting this man.
I feel like that's humanity's like biggest accomplishments, right? Is to try to figure out
first man to jerk off on something.
The first person to have sex in like a specific... I feel like you're gonna have like the first person to fuck on Mars.
Oh, I mean, the first couple astronauts.
I bet you the first astronauts jerked off on the moon.
Oh, for sure. Guaranteed. I mean, I would christen it right all over the flag.
You try to go on the ground, but you see it floating off, like, oh shit.
Do you think the cum would be like that?
Because I don't think it has the gravity. Even though there is a little bit of gravity on the moon, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's so light that it'll just be kind of like floating a little bit.
Well, at least those are some kids you won't be bringing home.
These are the questions we need to ask. It does have the same gravitational laws as...
I would hope so. Hey, I mean, okay, think of it, it's like a situation where it's like you get to the moon and for some reason you've taken on too much weight. And the only way for you to get back home is you all have to jerk off all of, like, you know, each other to get the sperm out.
Do you need to jerk each other off, or can you just handle it?
I mean, it'd be just weird if, you know, where you're all just standing around jerking off for no reason.
Yeah, you just gotta help your bros out.
Yeah, I mean, make it quick, man. Make it snappy.
Don't look each other in the eye. Just get it done.
Well, I will. But anyway, speaking of NVIDIA,
Going back to the normal topic.
I do want to talk about their competitor really quickly.
Yeah.
AMD. We all know the classic Sony versus Microsoft, the classic AMD versus Nvidia.
I thought it was AMD versus Intel.
Oh, and that's another one. AMD.
So do you think
Intel.
it's like a little three-way battle going on?
Well, AMD, they're in both markets, whereas Nvidia's in one, Intel's in the other.
The funny thing is that AMD is the underdog in both.
Yeah, of course, but not in the CPU market anymore. It's actually the powerhouse.
Really?
Yeah, it's been the powerhouse for a year or two.
Because the thing with the CPU is I thought that Intel was still the powerhouse, but AMD just has the leg up on price.
Yeah, but they these last couple of years they really smashed it out of the park.
The Ryzen's that powerful.
Yeah, they've done something really special with their CPUs.
What was their latest series? Is the 3000 or the?
I really can't remember. I think it's like AMD Ryzen 9 3990X.
God damn.
So it's something. It's like I think that CPU is like $1,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is top of the line you can get.
Which is I think the latest one Intel put out was their 9.
Yeah. They recently made an i9 series, I believe. A new one.
But the funny thing is that it like you can't use it in a lot of computers, right? Because it doesn't. I don't know, like the power. It puts not the power, but I mean like what it doesn't really like hold up in a lot of. Is that am I thinking right along those lines?
Are you talking about like power draw
or like in like I guess yeah, power draw. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're asking about power draw, they draw the same power. It doesn't overheat.
Yeah.
It doesn't accumulate the same. They're kind of just on.
Because the thing with the CPU is you need to know what you're doing with the computer, right? With how powerful the CPU needs to be. Like if you have like a huge, beast of like a CPU and like a computer you're just running like games on, then it's like a waste. So would you say that the price for those, I guess that's where I'm going at, is like the price for the i9 series, it's like, it's not needed, I guess?
Well, the thing is those more expensive CPUs, they have a purpose. And the RTX 3000 series proves that they have a purpose now.
Is it a purpose in the casual or more like demanding processes?
Well, now with the step up of the RTX 3000 series, those CPUs are going to be very much desired because you don't want lower CPUs like in terms of like power. Yeah. You want a top end because this is like full 4K, 100 frames per second. You don't want your CPU to be holding you back. Yeah. And it's kind of almost expected that you have to spend a lot on the CPU now. Like if you were running a 2080 Ti, you would not need, the latest and greatest. You could literally just run like a Intel Core i5 and it'd be fine. Yeah.
So more about the AMD. So why do you think that they're stepping in and kind of becoming the powerhouse compared to what Intel's putting on?
The thing is like their CPUs have really pushed them to the forefront, but the thing that I want to talk about is their GPUs. Yeah. Their GPUs, oh my goodness.
Do you think they actually hold a candle to what NVIDIA's putting out?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
The opposite.
So there isn't any official event that has happened yet as of this recording. Yeah. But most of the reports are all saying the exact same thing.
Which is what?
It's going to be on par with the 2080 Ti, something that came out a couple of years ago.
So they're behind.
They're really behind. Like the RTX 3000 is going to.
So is this the first line of GPUs they're putting out?
No, they were in the very beginning.
Really?
Yeah, it's always been.
I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because I don't really follow the tech news that closely. Like I'm aware of it, but not. Yeah. So if this was the first line they were coming out and they were on par with the 2080 Ti, then that's something to talk about. But if you've been in the game for a long time,
they've been around since I think it's AMD. AMD has been around since Nvidia's, I think, 600 series graphics
Yeah,
cards
then that's bad.
for a long time.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new. They just couldn't. I guess they couldn't keep up, and I guess they didn't know what they were expecting with the release of the 3000 series.
So you think the release of the 3000 series really threw them for a loop? Like they blindsided them?
Yeah, blindsided is a good word, because when those came out, it almost seemed like AMD sort of panicked. Yeah. And they were like, "Oh shit, we really have to do something now." So I'm assuming they're going to be dropping the price of the 6000 series, because if they keep it as high as I thought they would have been, buying a 2080 Ti would be better.
I'm just imagining what kind of loss, if they do experience a loss with lowering the price, what it would be.
Well, considering they would have released it new, their best card would have costed around 600. Would be I guess a normal price.
So just to pretty much compete with the 3080.
Yeah, specifically so that they could outsell Nvidia. Yeah. And since it's not as powerful, they're gonna have to take that 600, drop it to like 250.
That's insane.
Yeah, because
I don't think they're gonna. I don't. As a company, I don't think they would do that. I think they would stick to their guns and just kind of like Hail Mary
and hope to God that somebody buys their cards. But the problem is, when RTX 2080 Ti gets dropped to like $300 well, resale, $250 resale, that's not gonna happen.
But then they also have like a little leg up, because if you're seeing that the 3080 is having technical issues like they're experiencing, maybe more people would flock over. Yeah, and
people really thought that was going to push people towards AMD, but AMD. Unfortunately, with all the reports of the 6000 series, I don't think Nvidia can do anything that could push people towards AMD. This isn't even a...
Why do you think that is?
Well, it's just power. Price per power. Yeah. I mean, it's like you're literally getting a 1,000 times better graphics card for the exact same price.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not even a contest. It's not a situation where if Xbox fumbles a little bit, PS5 wins, or if PS5 fumbles a little bit, Xbox wins. This is... Nvidia wins no matter what right now. They could literally stand around with their fucking balls hanging out, and nobody does anything. Nobody updates the cards. Nobody fixes the problem.
So do you think no one cares enough about the technical issues? Like they're so set with what Nvidia
Oh, no, they care, presenting? But that's the thing. They're not fumbling. They're doing a terrific job. They're keeping up. And that's why I think in the AMD's this report of how shitty their new cards are going to be is just so bad for
I wonder
them.
if they lost the battle, if they're going to win the war.
Oh, they didn't just lose the battle. They got buried. They got buried.
Well, so you see they're winning in terms of CPUs with Intel.
Yeah,
but then they're losing on the forefront on
they're losing on the graphical side of it all, which unfortunately that is.
Why do you think they're spread so, like they're trying to do a lot with what they're making? Why do you think they don't just focus on one aspect?
Well, I assume because they're already, like, think of it as like AMD and Nvidia graphically are the two biggest names in graphics.
Yeah.
Intel and AMD are the two biggest names in CPUs. When you're one of the two biggest names of something, why back out of it?
Yeah. That's true. I see that they would they kind of have a leg up there, so.
Yeah. So there's no real reason for them to pull out. So I assume this isn't going to affect them at all. They're just going to.
Do you think it's going to kind of make them do better? Like want to?
Probably not. I mean, if they wanted to, they would. Honestly, if they wanted to, they would. I feel like this has been a trend since 600 series Nvidia cards.
I see that's a trend in a lot of companies, like Apple, like as we talked about, is like if you're comfortable with what you're making and you don't see a need to, if you don't see like the market has a need for wanting you to push the boundary too much, you're gonna stay in that little comfortable area, which is sad.
Well, I mean, in the end, I think their idea is like, we're making millions, we don't give a fuck.
Do you think that's one of the bad things with capitalism? I'm
not gonna sit here and pretend like I know a shit about capitalism.
Because for me, I think capitalism fosters this mentality of just profits. Or the bottom line is the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like companies are just entities of money,
which is a shame.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I wouldn't turn down a job from NVIDIA or AMD. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, that's true. I would
secure the bag.
Yeah.
NVIDIA, if you're listening, please sponsor.
This is your little informal.
This is your final warning. I will shoot you.
This is your informal resume?
Yeah, my informal hiring process right here. Well, continuing on with technology, I would like to touch on one thing real quick.
Caress it a little on the head.
No. I want to punch it violently in the mouth.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah. Amazon recently did a live event. All these companies, they're doing their whole
I'm tired of these
products.
these live not live events.
Yeah,
where it's
live
just
not live events, but
dude in front of a green screen.
Literally, that was literally Tim Apple. But yeah,
was it Bezos in front of the the Amazon live event?
I didn't watch it. I assume it was one of his lackeys or whatever. I assume Bezos doesn't give a fuck about.
I don't think he does any of he's not the face of any of the operations of Amazon.
But Amazon's live event, it was interesting. They came out with some. They were very Amazon. They came out with things that were interesting but not worth buying. You don't look at it and go, "Holy shit, I need that." It's more of oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing that I thought, that's actually making the rounds on social media, the Amazon home drone.
The home drone.
Did you not see it?
No.
Oh my god.
Is that the thing that delivers to your home like a package?
No. So when we're talking about going full Black Mirror,
yeah,
this is full Black Mirror.
How so?
So, what do you think of when you think home security?
Just something that alerts the authorities, right? That has security cameras and sensors that alerts you to an intruder.
That would be the normal idea of home security, right?
Yeah.
You would think that.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon said, you know what we don't have enough of? Security drones.
Oh, God.
So...
in what context? In terms of
so I'm gonna be putting a picture up on the screen. But it's this little square pod, almost the size of a little pot, and it has a drone that I don't know. I think you can change the timer every hour, every 2 hours. I don't know what it is, but the drone will come up out of the pod and fly around your home.
Yeah.
And
this thing looks fucking terrifying.
You're looking at it? Okay, yeah. So it literally comes up out of the pod, circles your home, and makes sure that your home is secure and there's no intruders.
Is a security violation, in my opinion. Just in terms of way? That you have such an intrusive device that a company it puts in your home.
Yeah.
In the guise of security, but it's actually very intrusive in your privacy. Because this thing, I could see this thing being manipulated by who God knows is who.
Oh yeah, hackers.
Yeah, hackers or other governments trying to get into people of power.
I mean, maybe if there's no internet connection or wireless connection to it at all, maybe that won't happen. But I imagine there must be. If it's alerting you from your home, there obviously is.
So it's it's funny. You have this, you have Alexa, you have all these things that are constantly, or that have the capability of constantly watching you.
Yeah.
Which is pretty kind of dour to say the least.
I don't know why, but the first moment I saw this thing, my mind went straight to, oh my god, that thing would make great for shooting porn.
Yeah, you have a 360 view,
just a nice drone flying around while you're just dogging on your significant other.
You're gonna give these OnlyFans.
I'm making everybody act up right now.
You're gonna give the OnlyFans girls ideas.
Believe it or not, I might have actually started a movement here.
Oh no!
But just imagine it. It's hey baby, you want to come over to my house? I got the Amazon drone. Yeah, I got an OnlyFans if you want to hop in on this.
God. But yeah, and I think Amazon itself as an entity is just very scummy.
Yeah, and they make very weird inventions. I mean, maybe a little useful, but weird.
It's weird to look at the directions they go into because they're very. It feels malicious, even though people see these things individually as good things. If you put it all together, this sounds like a conspiracy theory or some shit.
Yeah, no, I have my tinfoil hat on. It's fine.
Yeah, you gotta block the 5G waves.
Yeah.
No, but it feels like if you connect all these things that Amazon's doing, it seems like they're becoming a very intrusive. They're encroaching on a lot of aspects of everyday life.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they could very well be the beginning of, China-like security. In terms of,
I do not like that. But it's like you also see like something I just looked up. Like you have Amazon Fresh, which is their new grocery store.
Okay.
So I think it's a concept where you walk in, you get everything you need, and I think you have like something that's scannable or something.
Okay.
You scan it and you can just walk out with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. I've seen one.
Yeah,
of those.
I think it's Amazon Fresh.
Yeah.
And they also do deliveries. So you have these intrusive things in your home. They're starting a grocery store. They're planning on buying up old malls and convenience stores that went defunct. Yeah. And they're going to start being their distribution centers. So they're malls and grocery stores. They have their own streaming service. Yeah. What the fuck is like?
I mean, the way I look at it is they're on the path to being the next Disney. Disney is already more powerful in terms of what they control.
In terms of like trajectory, Amazon's on a faster path.
Probably. They could easily outpace Disney.
And it's crazy to see these monopolies because I feel like Amazon already is like teetering on the line of monopoly.
Yeah. They definitely are. It's not even a question. They're definitely coming up on it. Yeah. So invest now, kids.
Invest now. They're already in the if you have like $3,000 you want to drop, you can
quick 3Gs, quick 3G waves. You know what I'm saying?
God. But what's your take on all of like especially with the drone and like everything they're doing?
I think the drone is stupid as hell. But I'm going to cop it because I need to, be looking fresh. All right.
You have your little AirPods in your drone.
I'm going to hit her up and be like, babe, the drone just came in. Slide through. Yeah, exactly.
So you don't think this is a bad thing at all, or do you?
To be honest, I think I've reached the point of simply not caring. Sorry for the loud noise there. My co-host here decided to throw the mic against the wall.
I'm just so angry with everything that's happening. Okay. I can't hold in my rage.
But yeah, I don't know. I've reached the age of just simply not caring. Like, I feel like Facebook took away any form of secrecy or in terms of privacy. Yeah, a long time ago. So I'm like, balls to the fucking wall, man. Fuck it at this point.
You think it was Facebook or was it the United States government? Dun dun dun.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, dude. Oh my god. I saw this article that came. It has to be easily the fucking craziest article I've ever read in my. I thought it was an Onion post.
I hope you're not overhyping.
No. I thought this was a fucking Onion post.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is not real. There's no way this actually happened, but it actually happened. This was reported by a news station. I think it was like a whatever newschannel.com, some shit like that, like an official news station. Like
newschannel.com.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. Whatever their channel names are.
Yeah.
But okay, it was called Ho Chi Minh, the city Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah.
You know that city?
That's
South Korea.
Oh, no, South Korea.
Is that what it is?
I think it's Vietnam.
Vietnam, okay. I'm not 100% sure. It was Ho Chi Minh that was reported. And there was a company that sold condoms.
Yeah.
Okay. And
yeah, it's Vietnam.
And get this shit. These fucking condoms were recycled condoms. We're not talking 1 or 2. We're talking about millions of recycled condoms.
So without the public's knowledge?
Yes. For years.
Maintain.
Fucking disgusting.
Maintain.
I think they were literally posing the bag of semen as if it was like, no, that's just lube. You know, you get what I'm saying?
So you're saying they didn't clean them?
No. They literally took used condoms that they found. I remember reading in specific detail. The company would find these used condoms, roll them back up, and crease them out.
Okay, so what I've found, I had to do research because this is the first time I'm hearing about this. This is fucked. But apparently, so they found them, they cleaned them, and then they sold them as
okay,
new.
so they did clean.
They cleaned them.
The article I read made it seem like they didn't.
No.
But all I know is that they would roll them back up,
they don't want to
put them back in the new packaging, and send them back out, which is fucking
Could you imagine
terrible.
if they just collected dirty condoms?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past
them.
I mean, they're already collecting used condoms.
No, like if they collect the used condoms and then without cleaning them, and then they just sold them.
Yeah.
I think people are not dumb enough. Like, it's like, oh, is this lube or is this white stuff? Why does it smell like that?
I think you're giving people way too much credit.
Really?
I think in the moment when you're pulling out a condom, you're already past the point of like, I'm horny, I just need to get this condom on.
Yeah.
So you don't care about all that.
Yeah.
So it's not like a stupidity issue. It's more so of like I'm just trying to have sex as soon as possible issue. But when I read that article, I was like, is this an Onion post? And I kept reading. I was like, this is not an Onion post. Oh my fucking god, Ho Chi Minh is disgusting.
That's gross. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, and I think they said they were like one of the top condom brands in Vietnam or wherever it is.
I just hope that it stayed within the region of Vietnam.
Oh, I hope to God too. I hope none of those fuckers shipped it here.
Then again, I don't use condoms, so.
Oh, all right. Hard flex, but okay.
Hard flex.
Anyway.
You got a raw dog.
Speaking of condoms.
Oh.
Did you fucking see that robot dog? Holy fucking moly.
The Boston Dynamic dog.
That's what it's called. The Boston Dynamic dog.
Yeah.
Holy shit. When I saw that thing, I thought it was CGI.
Have you seen... So you weren't aware of it before?
No, I didn't even know it existed.
So
I've seen
videos of this thing back in like 2014.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, so where they were doing prototypes with the technology. They have one that's a human version that stands upright.
Okay, that's terrifying, but okay.
Yeah, we're headed in that direction.
Okay, that's disgusting and terrifying. I'd kick it in the nuts.
The big thing with this video in particular, I think the one you're talking about, you're referencing, is how it's just random people are on the street and they just record this Boston Dynamic bot walking on the road, turns to them, looks like it's scanning them or something, and then just walks off, which is terrifying.
Well, I mean, that's when you have to flash your genitals.
Yep, you gotta make them scan it.
Yeah, and, make them feel like, fuck, we need to get another one. So we can't just get this one. It has genitals in it. We can get this one.
God.
But, yeah, that's another whole Black Mirror situation. What is the purpose of that?
Why are there so many Black Mirror situations in the year of 2020?
New Year 2020. I don't care, and fuck it. But anyway... what is the purpose of this dog?
So it looks like it's on patrol.
Patrol.
Yeah, because
like Pussy Patrol.
It might be wrong. Okay. I don't think it's Pussy Patrol. It would be funny if it was Pussy Patrol.
It's canceled. Somebody cancel it. We don't need.
Cancel this fucking robot right now.
Do you think it carries a license?
No.
I'm the Pussy Patrol officer.
Actually, I wonder if it does. No. It's so funny. This technology is so new. We haven't delved into the ethics of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it was in one of these cities where they have like the protests going on.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they have the dog patrolling, just kind of like seeing if there's anything going on.
Yeah.
Which is scary because now you have fucking drones out there.
So how does it decide that whatever is happening is bad?
I don't know. That's the thing.
There must be somebody piloting that thing, right?
They could. It could be someone just like with a little cam walking.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, if they have it in the military, they must have it globally.
I couldn't see it being like an autonomous dog.
Yeah. So somebody must be. It must not be like a thing of like, oh shit,
it could
this thing
be though.
Can make decisions.
It could be.
Yeah.
Because it's like not an advanced AI where it has its own thought, but just the fact that it's programmed to just it's like self-driving cars. Maybe it's just having that same.
Shit, if I was piloting the human version, the one that stands up, I'd go around just fucking with people.
Have you seen that Corridor Digital video?
Corridor Digital, what is that?
So they're like a CGI group that make these cool graphics, video graphic videos. So they made a video of the Boston Dynamic robot. Yeah. It made it look like it was just a test video, and how they're like testing how like if they hit it. Okay. It doesn't lose balance. Okay. But it shows that it goes off the wire, starts doing like kung fu moves and beating the shit out of its owners.
What the fuck?
And a lot of people thought it was real.
Wax on, wax off.
It was so funny because I think it takes it grabs like the stick the guy's beating it with. Okay. Breaks it, whacks him, and does all this like kung fu moves, and people are like, oh my god, see, robots are gonna be fucking taking over the world,
don't know
man.
Why? It's so funny to imagine like a robot doing that, but it's like it's even funnier to imagine it's not an autonomous robot doing that. Somebody's piloting this fucking thing, beating that shit out of like random civilians.
It's like the mini version of a Gundam.
Yeah,
technically, if you have I
can see that. Do you think the Boston Dynamic dog and the Boston Dynamic robot are just trying to find each other? Yeah. It's like you think once
it's like
they meet,
Lassie and Little Billy situation.
Yeah, and then world peace will be achieved.
That's the key. We need to get these two to meet. And
have you seen this dog?
Have you seen this robot man?
I mean, bark.
Bark sequence. Bark sequence over.
Bark, bark, bark. I am dog. Bark. Oh yeah.
I hate this year.
It's funny. Speaking more on weird technology that I think doesn't belong in the year 2020.
Or any year.
Any year, really. Yeah, this one specifically doesn't belong in any fucking year. I don't know who's deciding this was a good idea. I recently started looking at Florida apartments. Yeah. Apartments in Florida. So, Google will be like, oh, you're looking at stuff in Florida. So here's news articles from Florida.
Just about the Florida thing. You're going into territory no man dares enter.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to fight the dreaded Florida man.
Well, I have a big penis, so I'm not scared.
I think Florida man's is bigger.
I'm gonna be the next Florida man. And they're gonna
do you think that's what happens to people is when they're normal until they move to Florida, and then they just assimilate into that Florida person.
Yeah, they wear a watermelon helmet and carry a mop.
Little cape with just a little alligator on a leash.
Yeah, exactly.
Florida
man. Yes, it's kind of like how that theory of how there's millions of Jokers and they're all different people. Yeah, that's Florida man.
God.
But yeah, I was reading. I found an article. They recommended an article from Florida News to me. Yep. And Florida is apparently this isn't like an official this is happening meeting. This was they were getting together and they were talking about the idea of it.
Yeah.
The idea of a hyperloop train.
That was already a thing proposed by Elon.
Really?
And not like a train, but have you heard of the Boring Company?
No, I've never heard of it.
So it's one of his ventures where he wants to do like an underground tunnel.
Okay.
I guess that's kind of in the realm of like a hyperloop train.
Yeah.
So I mean, what is that?
So the one in Florida they're talking about is a hyperloop train that goes around Florida, and this is the part that confuses the living shit out of me. The thing goes 700 miles an hour.
Yep.
What? So I want to really wrap my head around who decided to not only think this was a good idea, but to have a meeting about it and think that they should only put it in Florida. Who wants to get to Miami from Jacksonville in a minute? Who gives a shit about that?
Here's the thing. Why do you think it's a bad thing in terms of the speed?
Isn't that a little unsafe?
And so are you saying that the methods to stop it?
It's not just that 700, like 0 to 700 miles an hour seems a little egregious.
Look at bullet trains.
I mean, bullet trains, yeah, but it's like, does it reach 700?
It reaches faster than that.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
And it launches. It accelerates.
I would think that it reaches faster. Because I don't want to talk out of my ass.
Because that seems a little fucking like we're talking about being in a car, a Bugatti specifically, can reach up to 300 miles an hour, and that thing
but no one ever
pushes
does.
you
No
back.
one ever does.
Yeah, but I mean, like even at 200, that thing you're pushed into your seat.
Oh, okay, so I did talk out of my ass. They don't reach 700.
Yeah, that seems a little weird. Like
I thought they did because like especially bullet trains are like
what is their max?
speedy.
What is their
max?
max?
So like the max they max out is like 300.
300.
Same
okay.
as like a car.
Yeah. That thing is like at least that as long as you're strapped in and you're holding on, there's no safety issue that you're wondering. This is 700 miles an hour.
Okay, so I guess it's I could play the little card of mixing kilometers.
Oh, okay. Well,
so they can reach 600 kilometers.
Misread.
Yeah,
okay.
Kilometers per hour. But
okay, that makes sense.
Are you sure it's not 700 kilometers?
No. 700 mph. That's what the article said.
What? It just depends on what the method of propelling the, the vehicle.
I mean, obviously they don't have some sort of mock-up. It was just an idea meeting. But I was just like dumbfounded because it's like, not only does it seem unsafe, but it sounds like something out of a fucking cartoon. Like, it sounds like a train that would literally be in a cartoon.
I think it might be the future of travel, because I think what they wanted to do was magnets.
Yeah.
Was you have magnets propelling and then gaining speed, and then once it reaches that speed, once you get closer to your destination, it has magnets.
You hope somebody pulls a Spider-Man on it. Yeah. Okay.
You're Peter Parker in the front. Mary Jane.
Wait. But yeah.
No, I mean, you're right. It's those are very insane speeds.
Yeah. Which makes me wonder who allowed this meeting. Who decided that this was going to be a serious meeting that they would take seriously? I mean, I trust Elon Musk to build that eventually, maybe 20, 40 years from now. But Florida, in this article that I read, they seem like they're really serious about building it like next year.
Florida's like just the leadership in Florida themselves are fucking nuts. So I mean, I'm not surprised that they would.
Hey, I mean, they could be California.
It makes sense in California, but Florida, why the fuck do you need that?
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about in terms of like their crazy leadership. California seems a lot.
They're
crazier.
they're level. I would say they're at least a little more level-headed than they are in Florida. Florida's like the boonies.
Well, I mean, I've never lived at either, so I can only speak from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah.
But they both seem crazy to me. In the end, Hyperloop train.
Well, there's a reason you have the
weird.
fucking Florida man in Florida, and then you have the tech giants in Cali. I think there's like you can see the dichotomy between the two.
So just remember, kids, anywhere you go, there's crazy people around you. Carry a fucking gun, please. Okay.
Except in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is one of the safest places in the world.
But schools, carry a gun. Field trip, carry a gun. Bringing your kindergartner to kindergarten for the first time, carry a gun. But yeah. What do you think of? Do you think it's a little silly?
Silly? Not really. I think it's an unproven method of travel. Like it's all theory for now, but until we see, I feel like the first few are gonna be fucking tragedies.
Oh,
they better not have anyone in there, because
sure.
if they're going that speed,
100%.
it's gonna slam into whatever destination it's going
for sure. They should use just some mini, like, small test vehicle and just fly that thing.
Yeah, because from what I've read up on it, it's friction and propelling.
Yeah.
Is their method. So it's, I guess the main thing is stopping it.
Yeah. How are they gonna do that?
Yeah, because you can reach those speeds, but how the fuck are you gonna stop it at a safe,
Yeah, I don't know shit about magnets, and I don't know how they work. But I do have an interesting story.
With magnets.
Unfortunately.
Oh no.
So my girlfriend knew this guy who thought he could harness the power of a magnet, but I'm not just talking about any magnet. I'm talking about a singular magnet the size of the Earth.
I see she's met the elusive Florida man.
Yeah, yes, the man himself, Florida. Yeah.
Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man. Exactly.
Florida?
Florida, yeah, he's back, unfortunately. But yeah, so apparently this dude, he did this whole, like, college, I guess it was a...
Paper or a thesis?
I think it was a project. It sounded like a project to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a college project, and he wrote a whole theory about how if everybody just used the power of a giant magnet in the center of the Earth, it could power everything.
Like electricity?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't give me the total, like, beginning to end details about what he said, but the gist is this man literally said that if we could use the power of a giant magnet, it could save the world.
And she was going for engineering.
Yeah, this was I think it was not technical, but mechanical engineering.
So just imagine, folks, there's a mechanical engineering major out there in our infrastructure.
Yeah.
With this mindset.
Yeah, where they're hoping that... Do you think he's going to go rogue and just plant a giant magnet in the center of the Earth?
Whatever he does, I hope to God
oh,
that we're okay. I just hope that... I hope he doesn't find his way to the nuclear button.
Oh, good Lord. God forbid. Do you think he's going to look back one day and think, like, that was really fucking stupid?
I think he's going to look back and think, damn, I'm a fucking genius. I like it's
holy hell.
It's like how we came up with the theory of peanut butter solving the cure for AIDS.
Like we came up with the cure for AIDS.
Weed is a hell of a drug.
Weed is a hell of a drug. I have our asses. But speaking of drugs, I want to talk about a wonderful television show. That I feel like
a wonderful television show.
I've waited long enough to talk about this because, god damn it, it needs to be talked about.
Yep.
The Umbrella Academy.
What does that have to do with drugs?
Don't ask questions. But anyway.
Okay.
The Umbrella Academy, have you watched it? Season 1 and Season 2?
I have watched Season 1. I have not watched Season 2, and I've read some of the comics.
Well, Season 2 was better than Season 1.
That's what I've heard. Is that it got a lot crazier than...
Yeah.
Season 1 was like tame because they didn't know what...
Yeah.
Where their footing was and how crazy we could get.
Probably.
And then Season 2 is like, fuck it, we're just going to
go balls it gets fucking insane.
You should look at the comics. The comics are wild.
Really?
They're even crazier than the
Okay. I mean, I was thinking about it for a little. I was like, should I read the comics?
It was written by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
All right, I'm out. All right,
no, he's good. He's written that. He's written his own, like, the Fabulous Killjoys.
Okay.
Comic, and then he also did a run on Doom Patrol.
Interesting. So this dude is just a man of many talents.
Yeah, he kind of segued himself from rock star to comic book artist. Gerard Way.
Gerard Way. Okay, I do recognize that name. Okay, yes,
talented man.
Yeah. Well, you didn't watch Season 2 then?
No.
Fucking amazing. I love what the show did in Season 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god. In a time where we can't watch Marvel, Umbrella Academy Season 2 was like a saving grace.
So it fills that void of that hunger for superhero.
Yeah, because it's a superhero show that just does not fucking take anything seriously. It's like everything is just one big fucking joke.
Have you seen The Boys?
I do know that The Boys, I do know about it, that it is a comedy of like superhero, a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get pretty fucking dark.
Yeah. I would love to see it one day. I did not watch it yet. I do plan to, though. I do have plans for that. But Umbrella Academy 2 just feels a lot more like there's a story to love.
Yeah.
Compared to The Boys. I feel like I'd love the comedy. Probably not the story.
Who are some of the standouts to you in Umbrella Academy that appeal to you?
Man, that's a hard one. Probably the newest character that got introduced. A new girl. I forgot.
Is she one of the siblings? Not siblings technically, but like one of the powered children.
Yes, one of the powered children.
Because
yes.
I classify them as if they're all like under that same group of powered individuals.
I thought I liked Vanya, but I fucking hate her in season 2.
Really?
She's so
I
fucking
did not
annoying.
like Vanya in season 1.
Yeah, I liked her powers, didn't care for her character, but season 2 made me realize that I hate her character so with a passion.
See, I can't speak for season 2, but for me, season 1, I liked the standouts were 5 and Klaus.
5, okay, yeah. I mean, I like 5. 5 is a very likable character.
Yeah, he's a brat.
Yeah, I mean, when you're like 100-something years old, you feel like you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I love how he's in love with a damn mannequin.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there is none of that in season 2.
Oh.
There's absolutely none of that. They never went back to that, which I like. I like that.
See, I'm assuming because I only know the comics. I'm just spoiling it a little. Like, I don't want to go too deep. I feel like they're diving into how 5 was like he assassinated JFK, right?
Yeah. In season 2, he did.
Yeah. So I know that aspect. It's only from the comics, but everything else is kind of like a toss up.
Yeah. Well, season 5 in season 2.
Season 5. You're speaking from 2025 over here.
I'm living in the fucking future, people. Wake up. I got my tinfoil hat on, but no.
You never took it off.
Wait, you took yours off? Oh, always has been.
always has.
But yeah, 5 in season 2 is, I like him a lot. His character definitely comes into his own. But I think the character that I feel like I can connect the most with, on any level, is Luther. Luther in season 2, for me personally, has something. He's lost so much that it's like he's become from season 1. In the beginning, you feel like he's this guy that it's like he's the captain. He's the forefront of everything.
He's like the Captain America of the team.
Yeah. But in season 2, it feels like he's nothing but a Hawkeye, and that's just so sad.
Do you remember that scene in season 1 where he goes to the rave?
Yeah, I do.
He takes drugs and
yeah.
I have to say, from experience, that's like one of the most accurate depictions of a rave scene I think I've seen in media.
Yeah.
Because you always see like they're just like they get wild and crazy and all these blurry lights, but they actually treated that accurately how it felt, like the griminess and this. Yeah. And it's crazy. I don't think that was one of like the things I appreciated most. Like whoever wrote this scene has been to these
it came from Gerard Way. Came from Gerard Way, dude.
I don't think so. I think for whoever the writer was in the show.
Yeah. Okay.
In that scene, knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Knew
throw a hooker there. Throw a girl who you think there might be a hooker there. Throw a guy who might be a hooker.
Do that weird fucking dude with his shirt off that's sweaty and just going. Yeah. Like they knew. They knew what
unfortunately, Luther was that guy. Luther. I love Luther in season 2. I feel so bad for his character. It really makes me think what's happening in season 3 of him.
It's because in the first season you see like he's kind of the foundation. Like he believed wholeheartedly what the dad believed in and what he wanted, while everyone else was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm off doing my own thing."
Yeah. And
then he's stuck without having an identity. Is I think his arc, right? From what I can remember.
Yeah, and season 2, it definitely it propels him into uncertainty, and he goes from being that person who's only following his father around, only doing what his father wants of him, and turns him into somebody who's using someone else as a crutch to move on. He's basically under the guise of this mob boss who uses him for illegal underground fights. So
Makes sense.
In the same sense that he's still with his father. And he's
just looking for that figure to guide him.
Yeah, somebody who could just tell him what to do and he'll fucking do it. And it's just, it makes me feel so bad because it's like, I feel like he's the only character in this whole show that's learned anything.
Well,
I feel like everybody else has just been on this weird agenda.
Because it's crazy to see how flawed each character is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's like not analogy. What's the term? Allegory for like a broken family.
Yeah.
And how each person is always like flawed, but they can come together sometimes and
do
the right thing.
And then it just so happens that they have powers.
Just throw that little bit.
Just throw that little salt.
Something I wanted to ask. Do you see any parallels between this and like say something like the X-Men?
No.
Really?
I mean, other than them being a superhero group, there's really nothing.
The whole thing with Gerard Way and writing the Umbrella Academy was that he never had the opportunity to write any X-Men stories.
Okay.
So this was his
X-Men.
His X-Men.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe if you want to sort of reach a little, I guess, dysfunctional.
I'd say like so you know how they were a group, like a crime-fighting group led by an old man.
Yeah.
In a manor.
Oh, yeah.
So you see like little seedlings, but maybe he like verged off a little into his own thing.
Yeah.
To me, it comes across as what happens after the X-Men as an idea have disbanded. I mean,
do you know what happens at the end of season 2? Or I guess
no, I haven't watched any of it.
Okay, then I don't want to spoil it because it's.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I feel like when I say this, you're gonna know what's gonna happen, so I'm just not gonna say it.
Just one word. What's like to describe the ending?
House of M.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. His own version of House of M.
That's crazy.
But I feel like maybe it says a lot, giving away too much.
It says a lot, but not enough to where I'm confused.
I feel like once you see it, you're gonna be like, yeah, I can see the similarities.
Yeah.
But he did his own take on it.
Yeah.
His own take on the House of M, and I thought it was really good. I loved the ending. It actually made me wanting more. The same way season 1's ending made me wanting more. This is even more of that.
What's interesting is this is a flip for like I've seen The Boys, and The Boys season 1 had everyone raving like, holy shit, this is one of the best superhero shows.
Yeah.
Stories. And then season 2, you have people kind of flipping. It's like, oh, it's not as good as season 1.
Yeah.
So now Umbrella Academy, it's like, oh, everyone's like, yeah, this is good. It's not, not great. And everyone's like, holy shit, like season 2, this is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just glad to see superhero media
blowing up.
Yeah, still. Because the thing, everyone thought superhero media would be hitting like a glass ceiling. And be like, okay, we're going to feel fatigue. Like, no one wants any of this anymore.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, people felt that way with old Westerns back in the 50s.
Yeah.
Everything was a Western. Like, that's all stories were, because it was the popular thing. But I feel with Westerns, you can only tell so many stories of a fucking cowboy in the desert.
Yeah, the same shit.
With superheroes, it's like powers with different people in different settings, and it's so... You can do so much with it. I don't think you're gonna be feeling fatigue.
Yeah.
For a while.
You could make anything out of anything. And the thing is like superpowers, they're limitless. There's no such thing as like, oh, this is the limit of this power. Like for all we know, they could make a superhero man who recycles all the time that's not Captain Planet, and he shoots like aluminum cans at you.
The only fatigue I can say I feel for me personally is how you see that cliche story of superhero villain fighting at the end, and then like that's the only complaint. Like maybe it's always like, okay, there's always has to be a fight, always has to be a fight at the end. It's like maybe not, maybe it can be like Doctor Strange was an interesting one.
But I mean, you could say that about any movie. It doesn't matter if it's a horror movie, a superhero movie. There always has to be a climax.
Yeah, but the thing is, a climax doesn't always have to be a fist fight.
Yeah, for real.
I like sometimes I like heady, like psychological climaxes.
Yeah, for real. And that's what, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness I was hoping would have been, was that sort of psychological.
I think it will. It's gearing to be a horror movie.
Yeah. Did you hear about the whole lineup for 21? For Marvel? My God,
they pushed everything back except for WandaVision.
Yeah. Weren't they having like 4 or 5 movies for 21?
I don't think so. I think they're gonna.
It seems like that.
I think what they're gonna do is they're having the 3 movie structure still.
Yeah.
But they're just gonna push everything back. Like so they're just gonna spread it out past 2025.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think it would be really great if they did end up having like 4 or 5 fucking Marvel movies next year.
Have you seen it? There was so much news with Marvel recently. Have you seen any of it?
Not really. Oh, before we branch off, I just want to say I think the reason I thought it was because Spider-Man, their contract is running out.
Yeah.
With each year, so they have to produce that Spider-Man.
Whatever happens, I think Spider-Man is going to stay in whatever spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're just going to work around.
Yeah, so that's why. So probably 4 next year. That seems what it might be.
4 is pushing it because you're going to have like one every 2 months. You're going to have 2 of them in the same movie, and you're going to be hurting box office. The reason they had 3, I think, is because you have enough time in between each.
Yeah.
So where you have enough box office, and then that movie can leave the box office, and then that one stays.
I would just fucking go one after the other.
I don't know if people would do that, especially now since COVID has shocked everything. Sure. You're not gonna have movies filled. They're gonna be at least like a half.
But
capacity.
I want it.
But I want it now.
Give me the movie.
We're feeling this is the first year that Marvel has not released anything since 2009.
And it's a thing of like they spent a whole decade building this thing, and it's like this nice, just calm. But in the end, as a fan, I hate it. I fucking hate it.
I think it's a blessing in disguise.
Though, yeah, for sure.
Because this is needed. So you finish this big story.
Yeah, this big.
And
story.
now you just have this year of like, oh, where's Marvel?
Yeah.
Instead of just pushing straight into.
I need it.
I don't need it.
I definitely don't need it.
But I like that it's happened this way. That way you can have people yearning for more later on. Yeah. And you can have time to mourn for whatever, like the closed story that they finished.
Yeah, for sure.
In the Infinity Saga.
Yeah. and it's terrific. I think it is definitely, well, like you said, a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we're running out of time. Did you have any last things to talk about? Or?
Just this last Marvel thing.
All right.
Have you seen any of the news that's circulated?
No. Thank you for joining. No, but yeah. No, which news are you referring to?
So you have I would say 3 big ones. You have, or was it 2? No, I'll go with the ones that I off the top of my head.
Okay.
So Kang the Conqueror is set to be a villain in Ant-Man 3.
Oh, okay. I did hear a little bit. When I heard it, it was a rumor, so I don't know. So I guess, is it confirmed?
So the guy that's, I guess, scheduled, he's already filled to play a role.
Yeah.
They're speculating. It's a big role, but they're speculating it's Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
It'd be crazy to know, like, you go from something like Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is like
to Ant-Man versus Kang the Conqueror.
Going to Avengers level threat.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be real. That's a really good thing for the Ant-Man's character.
Yeah, because I was not a fan of that.
Yeah, now it's like people want to see the next Ant-Man movie.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna take a stab at the next thing you're about to say. Tom Cruise as Iron Man.
Is he? I never saw anything about
that. Okay. I remember
Tom Cruise is
No. As Iron Man. So, did you hear Tom Cruise tried to be Iron Man?
No, he was in the contendership of being Iron Man.
They're bringing him back.
You think he's going to be in the Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, supposedly there's a quote-unquote very strong report that Tom Cruise is going to be returning, or, debuting as the returning Iron Man.
From a different universe.
I don't know how that's going to work, and I don't know what the story is, but that blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, whoa.
It's interesting. But I don't know if I would be happy about that. All I want to see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man come in through. I need to see that, or like
no. Tom Cruise as Iron Man, Spider-Man, everybody. Tom Cruise's universe.
With the Multiverse of Madness, you're gonna be seeing crazy. Like you're gonna see, I think like maybe Blade from the other Blade universe.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. 100%.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it'll be definitely fan service up the ass. For Marvel nerds specifically. God. But go on. What other big Marvel?
So the other one was the casting of they actually cast She-Hulk.
Oh, okay. I never heard about this. But
everyone always thought it was going to be that girl from. Have you seen Community?
No, I've never watched.
There's a girl, Alison Brie.
Okay.
But it ended up being this girl, Tatiana Maslany.
Oh, Tatiana Maslany. Okay, that's interesting.
You know who that is?
Yeah, I do know Tatiana Maslany.
You know who that is?
Yeah. Isn't she a comedian?
No.
Oh, okay, she's not a comedian.
She's an actress from. Is it?
I only know her because I've listened to Comedy Bang Bang and she's been on so many fucking times.
Yeah, she was an actress on Orphan Black, which
yeah, they do a lot of dedicated episode shows for Orphan Black.
Yeah,
on
so you know her from Comedy Bang Bang. Yeah, so she was cast as She-Hulk.
Okay, that's interesting.
Surprised.
Right.
I was thinking they'd go for someone like high profile.
Yeah,
but I guess. Apparently, she's a good actress.
Hey, I mean, did they really shoot for high profile with all of their roles? Tom Holland?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No.
That's
I guess
where
they
the
go
based
on what fits better than who's high profile.
Yeah. And maybe she could be great.
I think she's gonna be great because from what I've seen in Orphan Black is she played like over 30 different roles.
Yeah.
Because they're each clones of her.
Yeah.
So they're each a different character, and she played them all well. I guess that's
she
why
does that in Comedy Bang Bang too. On the podcast, she'll play all these different characters on the show.
That's how she won like a few Emmys.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And then apparently they cast. I'm hearing they cast Kamala Khan.
Oh, okay.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Kamala Harris. Yeah.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Kamala Khan. What about her?
So I guess they. I'm drawing a blank on a word.
Shitted their pants?
Yeah, I shitted my pants.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they cast her.
That's all, folks.
No, but they cast her and they're sitting on it.
Okay.
But I know you're not...
They're sitting on her.
Yeah.
Is she okay? I hope she's not suffocating.
So. I think they're suffocating her real
thank
good.
God. Okay, I was in suspense there. You left me in suspense.
It's a lot of sit play.
Yeah. Is there anything else Marvel related?
No, but last note is, are you excited about Miss Marvel or She-Hulk?
Probably Miss Marvel, but She-Hulk, I'm a wait and see. I'm sitting on wait and see right now.
I'm not excited for either.
I feel like Miss Marvel could be something.
It could.
I feel like it has potential there.
I think She-Hulk is.
Did you think Ant-Man was gonna be something?
Okay, but that had Edgar Wright writing for it, he's an amazing director.
I mean,
the only reason I like the first Ant-Man is probably because of Edgar Wright.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, in the end, this could be another situation where put your trust in Marvel and everything will be okay.
All hail Lord Feige.
All hail the Lord!
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, do you have anything to say to the viewers before we log off of this one? Pay
your taxes. Go vote. America #1.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. I hate teenagers.
Me too.
Thank you so much for listening. This has been the OSF podcast. I'm going to go cause myself some autoerotic asphyxiation.
And I will watch from a closet.
All right, well, goodbye.
Au revoir.